Yes. So for imperative sentences that give orders, we start with let. So attempt it now.
Let all the doors and windows to be shut.
Be shut. Right. You don't need to over here. Wait.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you are
All right. So Brajen, you can continue. Always help the poor. So Brajen, first tell me whether it is giving you an order, or is it giving you an advice, or
good morning,
it is
sir.
a good morning, or is it a request?
Sir, it is an advice.
All right. So now tell me how you will convert it. If you remember, for advice, we use should, must, ought to, right? Plus be and the third form of the verb, right? What happened, Brajen? Unmute yourself. All right, maybe there is some problem with Brajen's network. I don't know. Kirtika, you try. Yes, Kirtika. Always help the poor. For advice, we start with the poor. All right. The poor is the object over here. So we will make it the subject. All right. Now make the rest of the sentence. Attempt. The poor. Complete the sentence, Kirtika.
The poor help always.
No. The poor should. And since always is spaced over here, so we will use always. The poor should always be helped. All right. So what is
Yes, sir.
happening over here? That we are using the poor as the subject in the passive voice because it was the object in the active voice. Then again, we use the should plus the be verb and the third form of the verb, right? Because in imperative
Yes, sir.
sentence, we keep the be verb as it is. And because always was present in the original sentence, so we have retained always. So the poor should always be helped. In cases of advice, we are using this format. And when we are giving orders, then we are starting the sentence with let. And when we are talking about request, then we are using you are requested to do so and so, whatever we are requesting. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Attempt the third one.
Sir, it is a request, and sir, the answer will be
Yes.
you are requested to bring me a glass of water.
Very good, ma'am. You are requested. Now, since we have already used the correct form of the be verb are and we have used the third form of the verb request, so we have already written you are requested. So those requirements have already been fulfilled. So we are just going to use the infinitive now. You are requested to bring a glass of water. Mayank, your answers were good in the first paper of literature. I like them. Okay. And now, yes, Angel. Answer the last one. What happened, Angel? Unmute yourself. Yes.
Sir, I can't see the screen share.
All right, no problem. Then I'm going to ask someone else. Yes, Isha.
The apartment should be cleaned properly.
All right. So first tell me, Isha, what is it?
It is a command.
All right. Then we should start with right? For commands, yes. Let the apartment be cleaned properly. Yes.
Clean properly.
Okay. Let the apartment. So we have made apartment as the subject in the passive voice, because in the active voice, basically you was the subject. You clean the apartment properly. So now we have made the apartment as the subject. Let the apartment be cleaned properly. So be verb is coming as it is, and then we are following the rest of the sentence. Let the apartment be cleaned properly. All right. So you have understood these sentences. Now we move to the next slide. There are some more sentences present. Okay. Now who will attempt this one? Take the medicine on time. Okay, you attempt. Navya. Yes, Navya.
Sir, it is an advice.
Yes.
It is an advice.
First, tell me what type of sentence is it? Is it giving an order, or is it a request or an advice?
So it is a command.
No, it is not a command. If someone is asking you to take medicine on time, basically he's advising you because it will be good for your health, right? So
Yes.
it is an advice. Consider it an advice. Now convert the sentence into passive form. What we do for the sentences where advice is given?
Sir, the medicine should be taken on time.
Yes, correct. Now, so now we have changed the medicine to the subject, because in the active voice it is an object, because you is the subject in the passive voice. You take the medicine on time. So now we have made the medicine as the subject of the passive voice. So the medicine, then we will use should be, and the third form of the verb take. So it will be taken. The medicine should be taken on time. All right. Now, who is going to answer the next one? Yes, Kavya, try. Yes.
You are requested to bake the cake for me.
Yes, you are requested to bake the cake for me. So over here, we are talking about a request, right? So we are going to use you are requested at the start. So what it will do is are will become the correct form of the be verb that is present, and we have already. So you are requested. So we have already used the third form of the verb request. So, and we have already used the correct form of the be verb. So you are requested. So now we are going to use the infinitive to bake the cake for me. All right. So this will be the correct form. Now, only a few students' hands are raised. What happened to the others? Are they not understanding? All right, Brajendra, you have not tried, you try it. Take care of your health.
Sir, it is an advice.
Yes, it is an advice. You are right. Now convert it. What we do in case of advice? Why are you getting yourself muted again? Yes.
You should take care of yourself.
Of yourself, we are talking about health, Brajendra. Pay attention to the sentence. Your health will be made the subject over here. So I have given you a hint now. The subject of the sentence will be your health. Now make it. Because in the cases of advice, we make the object as the subject, right? In the passive voice. What happened? Are you not able to unmute yourself? Okay. Mayank, you answer.
Sir, yes, sir. So the answer will be your health must be taken care of.
Yes, correct. You can use should also, you can use must also. So you will start with your health. And then you are going to use should or must. So I am using the oblique over here. Should, must be taken. So we have used the be verb as it is in this case, and we are using the third form of the verb take, that is taken. So your health should or must be taken, then care of. Right? So this will be the form that the sentence is going to take. Now, Rishik. All right, Rishik has been asking for a long time now. Yes, Rishik. The last sentence.
Sir, it is a deliver. Sir, it is a order. Command.
Yes, it is a command. Yes. Now
And
convert.
sir, it will be let the letter be delivered.
Yes, absolutely correct. So it will be let the letter be delivered. So what is happening is we are making the letter as the subject now in the passive voice, and we are using the correct form of the be verb, that is be itself, and we have changed the verb deliver into its third form, that will be delivered. So let the letter be delivered. And because the U was hidden in the active voice, so it remains hidden in the passive voice also. All right. So now we have completed the special cases where we were solving the imperative sentences. Now we will solve the miscellaneous exercise where all types of sentences have been jumbled. All right. So it will be easier for you now, because here you will find a lot of easy sentence also. So now I need more participants. Now you should know all these sentences are easy. Here there is no command and request given. I need more enthusiasm. Nobody is willing to answer these. All right. Yes, Isha, attempt the first one.
Disturbance was created by the tall man at the meeting.
Yes, a disturbance was created by the tall man at the meeting. So first of all, we know that a disturbance is the object in the active voice, right? So we have made it the subject. So first thing was that you had to identify what was the object. So a disturbance, then because the sentence is in simple past, so the correct form of the verb will be was, and the main verb over here created remains created because it is the third form of the verb also. It is create, created, and the third form is also created. So a disturbance was created. Then now we are going to write the object over here by the tall man. So since the tall man was the subject in the active voice, so we have converted tall man into the object in the passive voice. So a disturbance was created by the tall man, and then we write the remaining sentence as it is at the meeting. All right, understood? Now, anyone new? I am seeing all the usual. All right, so Mohammad Fadil will attempt this one. I can see a new face now. The class will elect him monitor.
So the monitor will be elected by the class.
So where is him? Gone. So you neglected him over there. The monitor will be elected by the class. All right, then what will you do about him present over here? All right. So now if you remember, we read a concept where it was given that in some sentences, object is given and object complement is also given. Do you remember? If you attended the class, you will remember that I told you something about object and its complement. So over here in this sentence, basically him was the object and monitor present over here was the complement of the object, because here monitor and him are the same person. They are not different people. All right. So basically monitor is something that is explaining him, right? It is giving some more details about the object him. So we will make him as the subject in the passive voice and not the monitor. All right. So the actual object in this sentence is him and not monitor. Monitor is the object complement only. Him and monitor are the same person. So now we will convert it like this. He will be elected monitor by the class. All right. He or okay will be elected because it is in the simple future. So we are using will over here. Then in simple future, be verb also comes as it is. Go through the chart, you will see he will be elected, and elected is the third form of the verb elect. So he will be elected monitor. So what he will be elected? Monitor, right? By the class. Now we will use the verb by, and now we are going to use the class that was the subject in the active voice as an object in the passive voice. So he will be elected monitor by the class. All right. Now, Somesh, try the third one.
To being a kind man, the people know him.
To be a kind, no. The people knew him to be a kind man. So basically we are talking about him, right? So over here, him is the object. Try to identify the objects first, right? The people knew him, and what they knew him to be a kind man. So again here some details are being provided about the object him, right? So we are going to make the object as him. So the object form of him will be he, right? And since the sentence is in simple past, so we are going to use the correct form of the be verb, that will be was, because he is a singular subject, right? So he was known. Since the third form of the verb know will be known. The second form is knew and the third form is known. So he was known, and what? He was known to be
a kind
kind man, right? a kind man, and then we are going to place the preposition by, and we are going to place the people that was the subject in the active voice into the object position in the passive voice, right? So it will become, he was known to be a kind man by the people. Did you understand what happened?
Yes,
So
sir.
it is very important. First, you try to identify what is the object in the sentence. Like the person, I don't remember who got confused, but over here, him was the object. And over here also, him was the object. So to be a kind man was not the object, and monitor over here was not the object. So you have to first identify the object, and you have to place the object over here. And in both cases, him was the object. So the subject form of him is going to be he. That is why we have used he at the beginning. For example, in this sentence also, a disturbance was the object. So we have used a disturbance as the subject in the passive voice. All right. Now the last one is very simple. Now Angel wants to try. I think now she can see the shared screen. Yes, Angel.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So the answer will be the door was opened by Hari.
All right. So this sentence was actually very easy, right? It was basically a sentence of the simple past. So we have made the door as the subject, and then we have used the correct form of the be verb, that will be was over here, and opened is already the third form of the verb open. So it is open, opened, and opened. So the door was opened by, then we are going to place the object by Hari. All right. So now we move to some more sentences. I am making you practice a lot of sentences so that your concepts remain clear. So don't disappoint me while giving you tests and exams. All right. All right. The first one is we prohibit smoking. So we are now who is going to convert this one? Kavya, you want to try? First of all, Kavya, identify the object. What is the object in the sentence?
Sir, smoking.
Yes, it is smoking. So very good. So at least you recognize the object over here. It is smoking. Now what will you do next? You are going to make this object smoking as the subject in the passive voice, right? So now try to make the sentence in passive. Use the correct form of the be verb, use the third form of the verb prohibit, right? And then make be as the object in the passive voice. So now I have given you all the hints. Go.
Smoking must be prohibited by us.
You don't need must be. Here we are not talking about any imperative sentence. All right. So we are going to write smoking is prohibited by us. Okay. Because over here you see we have the subject also we over here, and we have the object also, right? So here there is no concept of hidden object subject and all, because in the imperative sentences you see that you is the hidden subject, right? But over here we have the subject be present. So we are not going to use the be verb as it is, because it is used in imperative sentences, and this is not an imperative sentence. So we are not going to use the be verb as it is. We are going to say smoking, because we are making smoking as the subject in the passive voice. Then we are going to use the correct form of the be verb, that is over here, because the sentence is in simple present. We prohibit smoking. So we had the choice of is and are. But because smoking is something that is singular in nature, so we are using is. So smoking is, then we are going to use the verb prohibited. And the third form of the verb of prohibit will be prohibited. So smoking is prohibited. Then we are going to use the preposition by. And now we are going to convert the subject we into object. And the object form of the pronoun we will be us. So smoking is prohibited by us. All right, got it? Now Muhammad Ali can answer this one.
Sir, he was selected as a leader by us.
Yes, so at least you found the correct object. I was
Okay.
scared that you don't consider leader as the object. All right, so leader was basically the complement of the object. So we will say he was elected, right? Because the sentence is in the simple past. So we are going to use was as the correct form of the be verb. Elected is already the third form of the verb elect. So he was elected leader. You don't need as over here. He was elected leader by, and again you are going to use us because us is the object form of we. So he was elected leader by us. Now he's going to answer. All right, all the similar faces, no one new. Now I am going to ask ma'am that to give opportunity to someone new. Yes, Rishik, first answer this one. Shut the door. So first tell me
Sir.
the kind of sentence it is. Tell me the kind.
Sir, it is a command.
Yes, so it is an imperative sentence and it is a command. So now attempt it accordingly.
Let the door be shut.
Correct, absolutely correct. So now you all have got the concept right here. Let the door be shut. Obviously, in the end, we can use let the door be shut by you, but because you as a subject is hidden, so we keep it hidden in the object form also, in the passive voice. So let the door be shut. All right. He sings a song. All right. This is a very easy sentence now. Now I think I will ask ma'am to ask someone new to answer this one. Ma'am.
Aryan can answer this question.
All right, Aryan. Yes, Aryan is absent also a lot. So Aryan, where are you? Raise your hand. Okay.
He's already raised.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, Aryan.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning.
A song
Right.
is sung by him.
Yes, a song. What?
A song is sung by him.
Yes, correct. A song is sung by him. So what is happening over here is that first of all, we are making a song that was the object in the active voice as a subject in the passive voice. So this is the first change that we made, a song, and he was the subject in the active voice. So we have made it the object in the passive voice, right? So object form of he will be him. We have used the preposition by. And since the sentence is in simple present, so we have used is as the correct form of the be verb. And the third form of the verb sing is sung. All right. Sing, sang is the second form and sung is the third form of the verb. So a song is sung by him. All right. Now, all right, I'm seeing Nishant Shukla. I think he has not answered till now. So Nishant, attempt.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. They took all the necessary precautions. Yes.
All the necessary precautions were took by them.
Till were it was absolutely correct. Why it will be took, Nishant? Can you explain? Why not something else? Is took the third form of the verb? First of all, tell me that.
Taken.
What is the third form of the verb take? First of all, tell me that. Because took is the past tense of take, right? It is the second form of take, took. But what is the third form? Do you know?
No, sir.
You don't know. All right. Have you heard about taken?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the third form of the verb take is taken. So now we can convert the sentence. Can you convert the sentence now for me?
All the necessary precautions were taken by them.
Yes, now it is absolutely fine. So I think you don't know the third form of the verbs. So try to learn all of them.
Yes, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
right. All the necessary precautions were taken. Why we are using were over here? Because we are talking about necessary precautions, right? And since it is precautions, that is something plural in nature. That is why we are using were. If it was only a precaution, that the necessary precaution, then we could have used was. All right. So all the necessary precautions were taken, and taken is the third form of the verb take. Then we will use the preposition by, and then we are going to use the object form of the pronoun they, that is them. Because in the passive voice, we have to make the subject in the active voice as the object. All right. Now, I will ask Mohammed Fadil again. I think the last time he answered it wrong. Okay, now I can't see him also. Yes, Brajen, attempt this one. Someone broke the pots yesterday. I think today Brajendra is having a problem with his network. Okay, Angel. Angel is also having some network problem. Yes, Mayank, you can ask.
Yes, sir. So the answer will be the pots were broken yesterday by somebody.
No, you will use yesterday at the end. All right. The conversion was right, but you got confused while making the correct structure of the sentence. So we will use the pots, that will be the subject. So the pots, now since the sentence is in simple past, so we are going to use the correct form of the be verb, that is were over here, because we are talking about pots, which is something plural. The subject is plural. So the pots were, then we are going to use the third form of the verb break. So we will say broken, because the second form is broke and the third form is broken. So the pots were broken by somebody. All right. So we are going to use by as the preposition, by somebody. Then we are going to use yesterday. All right. Okay, so now we have the last sentence only. One sentence to go. Is there a new face present? All right, I can see Zehra and Mohammed. Okay, I will ask Zehra because I think she has not answered any sentence up till now. All right, attempt Zehra. It is an easy one also. So.
I was gifted a car by him.
All right, yes. So over here, she has correctly identified the object, that is me over here, right? So she is saying, I was gifted a car by him. So we have made I as the subject. Then because the sentence is in simple past, so we will say I was, which will become the correct form of the be verb. Then we are going to use the third form of the verb gift. So it will be gifted. I was gifted. Then we are going to use a car. Then we will use the preposition by, and then we are going to place the object in the end, that will be him, because him is the object form of the subject he. So I was gifted a car by him. Now one thing is very important over here. Can we write the sentence in another way? I think Pranjal will be able to answer this one. Yes, Pranjal, do you know
Yes,
any
sir.
other way? Yes, try it.
Yes, sir. A car was gifted to me by him.
Yes, absolutely correct. Why we have two ways to convert this, Pranjal? A car was gifted to me by him. All right, where is Pranjal gone? All right, Rishik wants to explain. All right, Rishik, you can explain.
Sir, because there are two subjects and gifted and sir I.
Or no, gifted. How can gifted be a subject, Rishik? Gifted is the verb.
Sir, sarkar ka.
Yes, all right.
Sarkar.
So basically, we have two objects present. You don't say it's subject, all right. We have the choice to choose either of them as the subject, all right. They are the
Okay.
objects. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So me is also an object and car is also an object. So now over here we are having a choice whether we want to make a car as the subject in the passive voice, or we want to make me, that will become I, as the subject in the passive voice. That is why we are having two ways in which we can write this. All right, so today we have solved a lot of sentences. I hope that clears your